It was supposed to be a big anniversary, but only one side is celebrating. I'm Alex Jensen for North Korea Now, as we're one day away from the one-year mark since the first summit between South Korean President Jae-in and North Korean Chairman Jong-un. Unfortunately, it looks like the North isn't taking part in the anniversary celebration at the border this weekend, an event prepared by the South. Seoul said it notified Pyongyang of the plan on Monday through an inter-Korean liaison office that was set up as a result of last year's flurry of positive diplomacy, but which has suffered as North Korea has skipped a weekly meeting of the co-chiefs of the office for 2 straight months. And that lull in cooperation is emblematic of the situation generally. We are still waiting for the realization of several of the promises secured by President Moon across his 3 summits with Chairman Kim last year, whether that be steps towards denuclearization, full-fledged inter-Korean cooperation, a Korean War peace declaration, or Kim's personal visit to Seoul. US cooperation is required for several of those too, of course, but let's just reflect for a moment how far we've still actually come. In hindsight, perhaps we forget how significant that first summit felt back on April 27, 2018. Recall those iconic moments. President Moon stepping briefly into North Korean territory at the invitation of Chairman Kim before both walked together to the south side. It was not only the first of 3 inter-Korean summits last year, but also the first in over a decade. It helped pave the way for a first ever US-North Korea summit, and the second Moon-Kim meeting at the border revived Trump-Kim talks just when they were about to fall apart. Perhaps most importantly, it helped create a genuine sense of peace through military agreements, the scaling back of exercises, and the suspension of the North's missile and nuclear tests. So it's only right that tomorrow around 500 guests, including foreign diplomats, politicians, and officials from the United Nations Command, are set to attend the anniversary event at the border village of Panmunjom. But there's also a danger of last year's memories fading, as we have another image in the far more recent past, that of Chairman Kim meeting Russian President Vladimir Putin just 2 days before that inter-Korean summit anniversary. The Kim-Putin summit was the first meeting between North Korean and Russian leaders in 8 years and could be seen as Chairman Kim expanding his diplomacy. But the fact this is Russia we're talking about adds so much more intrigue. This is a country that does have a history of supporting North Korea, not to the same extent as China, but both Moscow and Beijing counterbalance US influence globally, including at the UN Security Council. And both China and Russia are in favor of sanctions relief, while the US keeps pressing its aim for final, fully verified denuclearization of North Korea, as those words were repeated again by Washington's State Department while Pyongyang was preparing for the Putin summit. We see then how great the challenge now is for President Moon Jae-in. He has to quickly adapt to a new diplomatic dance, with Russian and Chinese support for North Korea potentially undermining US pressure aimed at forcing a grand denuclearization deal. Moon has shown great patience throughout the whole process, even when the North has been lukewarm or downright uncooperative when things haven't been going Pyongyang's way, such as after February's Hanoi summit breakdown. Seoul has confirmed Moon has a message for Kim from Trump. It might help secure a first inter-Korean summit of 2019. But the South Korean leader now needs to keep considering his strategy while observing shifting sands, as we witness the intensification of an almost Cold War dynamic between the US on one side and China and Russia on the other.